Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another module. And in today's module, I'm going to be going over all the equipment that you need to get started with creating content. In this module, we're going to be going over different pricing ranges and different options for those of you who do want to spend a lot of money and for those of you who don't want to spend a lot of money. So let's get into it. So we're going to start with camera equipment. The first option, aka tier 1, is your phone camera. Today, most people have a phone and a decent camera on the phone that they can use to record their content. You don't need anything crazy to get started. You can simply just use your phone and get started. So what I listed right here are the best settings for iPhone and Android for your camera. So to access these settings for your iPhone, what you want to do is go to your settings, camera, and then record video, and then just choose this option right here, 4K at 30 FPS. To access these settings for Android, which these steps may vary because there are a bunch of different Android phones, what you want to do is go to the camera app, switch to video mode, recording settings, and then scroll until you see this, and then choose this option right here. If you have the 4K option, then go with that right here. It's listed as 1080p, but yeah. Alright guys, so tier 2 or the second option is a Sony camera, which is for beginners who want to spend a little bit of money on their camera and just don't want to use their iPhone or Android camera. So this is the Sony a5100. This camera is priced at about $478 USD. The pros of it is that it's cheap, it has a great flip screen, and it records in HD aka 1080p. The cons of this camera are that one, it has a limited lens range, meaning if you're recording something that's very far or wide, you won't get the best shots because it's very limited. But if you're recording content where you're just sitting down talking to the camera, this won't really affect you much. The second con is that it's terrible in low light. So for example, if you don't have a ring light or a box light, or you're just recording at night where there isn't too much light, the camera will perform very poorly. The third con to it is that it doesn't have an external mic option. So it only has a built-in microphone, and the built-in microphone does not sound good, I'll be honest. So tier 3 aka option 3 is another Sony camera, but this one is a better camera for the professionals. So this is for those of you who want to spend a little bit more on a camera and invest into one. And this camera is a Sony a6400. So this camera is priced at around $998 USD. The pros of this camera is that it has advanced autofocus, meaning it can very quickly pick up which parts of your picture needs to be super clear and not blurry, and it'll automatically adjust and focus it. The second pro is that it also has a flip screen, meaning when you're recording, you can see yourself to make sure everything is in frame so you don't mess with the recording, have to record again because it was a little bit out of frame. And the third pro, which is a huge bonus, is that it has 4K quality rather than 1080p. And the cons to it is that it's expensive, it has bad battery life, and although it does have a flip screen, it's very clunky and ugly. So the next thing we're going to talk about is lighting. The importance of lighting. Good lighting is a key component to a viral video. You could have the perfect video, but if the lighting in the video is terrible, it could determine if the video goes viral or not. I'm exaggerating a little bit. If your video is really good and the lighting is the only downside to it, there's still a chance that it could still go viral. But I always recommend that you have some sort of light when recording because it gives a video a premium or high quality look. So right here is a good example of good lighting versus bad lighting. So as you can see from these images, the one on the left has little lighting, on the right has a lot of lighting. Same with this one and same with this one. So the first option, aka tier 1, is free lighting, and I'm going to be talking about natural lighting. So for natural lighting, you'd be using your window and just using the sun as lighting. The price of it is it's free. If you don't want to spend $1 on lighting, which I wouldn't recommend, you could use the sun for lighting as an alternative. The pros to this, it's free and it looks natural most times. The cons to it is that it's inconsistent lighting and you have a limited filming time since you can't film at night when the sun's not out. Our second option, or tier 2 for beginners, is a ring light. The one I'm showing right here specifically is priced at $29.99, and this is the Wellisi 10-inch light. There are tons of options on Amazon. You could just simply type in ring light on Amazon, and you'll find a bunch of different options if you don't want to choose this one specifically. But I actually used this one specifically when I started out, and it was very good. So the pros to this one is that it's budget friendly. The second pro is that it has an option for multiple colors. So if you want to do warm white, just plain white, or if you want to change the colors to something like blue, red, you can do that. And the third pro is that it's portable. The cons of this is that it's limited coverage, so it's only about 10 inches, which should be enough, but it's still pretty limited compared to like a box light, which we'll get into very soon. It's single direction only, and it needs a power source. Now, the third option, or tier 3 for the pros, is box lighting. So these are the specific lights that my team and I use in our videos, and the pricing for this is $79.99 USD for 2 lights. The pros to this is that it's consistent lighting, so if you put one on your left side, on the right side, it will equally light up your face, which makes a huge difference in your videos. It gives a professional look, and it has brightness control. So if you want to make it a little bit dimmer, brighter, you can do that. The cons to this is that it's not portable. It's pretty annoying to set up, and it also needs a power source. Out of all 3 options, I would recommend this one. It looks the best, and it gives you a very professional look. Now we're going to talk about background lighting. This is optional, but I do recommend that you have some sort of background light in your videos. For reference, this is the background light that we use. So we have a purple sign right here. We have an external light up here, and we also have a lamp in the background right here. This adds depth to your video and it makes it look a lot better. Adding colors like red, purple, or blue always adds a nice accent to your videos. You don't need anything crazy for background lighting. You can use any of these products listed below. So for example, you can use simple LED strips, only about $7.99 USD, a sunset lamp, which is about $13.99 USD, and a floor lamp, which is about $49.99 USD. There's a ton more options that if you search directly on Amazon, or if you just look online with a simple Google search, you'll find a ton more options if you want to even be cheaper. I would recommend that you either get the floor lamp or the sunset lamp. So as you guys can see, this is without background lighting and this is with background lighting. So now we're going to talk about the microphone. Tier 1, aka the free option, is a built-in phone microphone. If you don't want to spend money on a microphone, you can use your phone's built-in voice recording app to record your audio and use Adobe Podcast to enhance the audio for completely free. So for iPhones, you would use the Voice Memos app. For Androids, you would use the Voice Recorder app. And this is Adobe Podcast. For those of you who don't know, simply just search up Adobe Podcast on Google and the first option that you see will be the right one. Tier 2, aka the beginner option, is a Blue Yeti mic. So this is priced at about $99.99 or $100 USD. This is a great microphone for anyone that's just starting out. The pro to this is that it uses USB, so it doesn't need an external interface. An interface can cost anywhere from $50 to $100 plus. It's budget friendly, so you don't have to spend too much money. It's a one-time investment of $100 and you have a microphone that sounds very good for a long time and it has good sound quality. The cons to it is that it's very big and huge, as you can see right here. It picks up background noise and it has limited customization, so you can't adjust the EQ, meaning you can't adjust your voice too much and play around with the settings compared to other microphones where you can do that. Now the third option, aka the pro option, is a Shure MB7, and this microphone is for the pros who want to spend a little bit more than $100 on a microphone. So this one costs about $249.99 USD, and the pros to this is that it has built-in headphone monitoring, so you can directly hear your voice when recording. It has an option for USB and XLR, so you can adjust the settings with an interface. So if you really did want to pay $50 to $100 for another interface, you can get that and you can adjust the settings, play around with it, and fine tune it to your liking. And the third pro is that it has great sound quality. The cons to it is that it's very pricey compared to other microphones in the same range, but honestly the price is justifiable. It's a huge / heavy mic. Of course it's not as big as the Blue Yeti, but it's still pretty big, and it also picks up a bit of background noise. So I did add an extra option in because this is the microphone that we personally use, and this microphone is honestly top tier. Like I would honestly recommend this microphone if you have the money to invest into it. It's a tier 4, aka the fourth option, and this is the Shure SM7B plus the Scarlett 2i2 interface. So this is what I was saying about external interface. It will cost you a lot more. So the price total for both of these comes out to about $598 USD. So the microphone costs about $399 USD and the interface is about $199 USD. But the pros of this is that it's reliable and durable. This is a high-end microphone, so if you buy it, you're probably going to have it for a few years minimum. It has a wide frequency range, so you can hear the lows and highs. And the third pro is that it has amazing sound quality. I'm currently using this microphone right now actually to record this module, so if you like how this sounds, then you will definitely like this microphone. The cons to it is that it does get pretty expensive, considering that it's about $600 for the whole setup. It requires an interface, so there is no USB option to the one that I'm showing right now, and it's not as portable. It's kind of a struggle to carry it around, but if you have one setup where you don't move it around, it's a very good mic and I would honestly recommend it. So yeah guys, that's all the equipment that you guys need to get started with content creation. So if you guys have any questions about any of the equipment that I showed today or about anything in general, feel free to reach out and ask your questions, and I'll talk to you guys soon.